Okay, we're going to check and see if you can hear me. I have the speakers on low, but I'll be coming through this tonight, so let me know if you guys can see me and if you can hear me. My husband, Todd, is being my engineer, helping me out. So he's going to be reading off the chat screen window for me over in the BigDawg chat room. Hello, BigDoggers. Oh, I've been saying I was going to do that. Sorry for the delay. I had technical difficulties. Had to actually reinstall all of my audio hardware settings. That was no fun. Right when we were getting ready to start broadcasting. So hopefully I'm not just sitting here talking and you guys can hear me, because then I'm going to look like a damn fool. Hang on. Is that a little bit better? I'm going to be adjusting audio while you guys help me out here for a second. So, okay. All right. How is it? Testing. Check. 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? I am set on what you hear. So we need to go into the recording control settings and turn her up. He's looking at me like, I know. Not from in there, no. You have to be in you have to hit on options and then go into recording. Under the volume control panel. It should be down there on the bottom. Right there. Okay, then go into audio. Is it on what you hear? Yeah, okay. Let me know if this is going up. And of course, when I'm actually singing, it's going to be louder. So if the volume level's looking better now, let me know. Is that better? Might want to turn up the wave as well. Okay. All right. A little bit more than that, I think. I'm going to tinkle on the keys here for just a second. Tickle the ivories is what I meant to say. It's been a long day. Can you guys hear the piano and me at the same time? How are the levels doing? Let's do a little bit more wave volume. Why don't we bring the what you hear all the way up? And I'm also going to bring myself up a little bit here and here. And I can bring up the piano here. Test, 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 test. So I'm going to be having headphones on so I can hear myself better while I'm actually singing. But for the first couple minutes, I wanted to chit-chat and see how everybody's doing and answer any questions. Keys are too loud. Are they better? How's the sound doing? Oh. Oh. That's for BigDawg ears only. Okay. Volume for me vocally will go up when I'm singing, and also when I can hear myself. Right now I'm coming through the desktop speakers, which are a little bit on the low side. So we'll get that fixed in just a second. So I think we're about ready to go. I am so sorry for the delay. As I said earlier, I had to reinstall my entire audio system and then use my old setup instead of the new mixing board because it killed my audio. Right in the middle of Candy being my guinea pig and helping me out, I had to go, okay, please pray and say this is actually going to work. I don't know right now. And, well, I think one of the things that I liked that was going on in the other couple of live mics that I've seen, live open mics, was the little question and answer period, and then we'll open it up to some song requests. I'll see if I can do Hold On to Love with the backing tracks. I'm not 100% sure if that's actually going to work or happen or not. So we'll have to kind of take that one as it goes. But I'd like to go ahead and open up the room to any requests for info. If you want to know anything ridiculously stupid other than how long I've been doing Wookiee impressions for. Yep. I think I spent my entire allowance from the age of 8 to about 11 on going to see Star Wars in the theater. And that might be a little of an exaggeration, but we went and saw it a lot. Todd can't watch it with me in the same room because I know it verbatim. And oh, I started singing at about 4. My mom was always a singer. My first memories are actually of her singing to me when I was a little girl, little baby. That's my mom and my dad. There's glare. I don't know if you can see that. There's bad glare. There we go. A little bit better. That's my mom and my dad at our wedding. My dad is 6'5". He's a very tall guy, and I got the tall gene. I'm almost 6 feet tall. But
some questions about: are you playing anywhere right now, and who are your influences?
I'm playing right now in my office, and that's about it. Long story, I got real jaded with the whole music industry after some bad experiences being lied to, taken advantage of, other people getting credit for work that I did, and no repercussions on that, and had to step away for a little bit. And then after kind of the hiatus happened, it was this bittersweet time of some really cool opportunities that ended up being bad experiences. I don't regret them, but I wouldn't do them the same way that I did by any stretch. So no, I'm not playing that anywhere right now. I've done the national anthem at quite a few Tea Party rallies and protests, but playing my own stuff live, I got to get on that. Basically, it was Frankie, Yogi, how happy I am to have the both of you. I even went into describing that Frankie was a German Shepherd and Yogi was a German Shepherd and Frankie had a tail that would leave bruises on your legs. And yes, that was at 11. Okay, I'm going to do a real quick history of my musical background here. 4, I started singing with my mom in choir at church, and we did our first performance as a choir in the Glendale Galleria when I was a little itty-bitty blonde-headed, toad-headed girl. And a couple years after that, my neighbors had a grand piano, and I kept going over and kind of plunking stuff up on it by ear, and learned the whole Heart and Soul, of course, and Chopsticks and everything. And then I started hearing the Star Wars music and plunking out when I was 11, I learned how to play the Imperial March and Darth Vader's theme and a bunch of other stuff. But Battlestar Galactica, the Chips theme, Star Wars, Superman, I started plunking out melodies, and my parents decided they wanted to get me some lessons. So when I was about 6, we took, the way I describe it, we were not well off at that time at all. And they scrounged and scraped together $25 and got me an electric organ, Kimball organ, and the top keys barely worked. They'd make this really obnoxious electric sound, and it wasn't a whole lot of fun. And the guy that gave me lessons had really bad breath. It was horrible. He'd be around my arms like this, and didn't make me want to practice because I was afraid of him. And then we moved, so I had a whole total of 6 months of piano lessons. And then picked up flute in 4th grade, didn't like that. Started clarinet in 5th grade, and that I really glommed onto. I had first chair in clarinet and saxophone up all the way through high school graduation. And then when I started getting more involved in the music programs, I started accompanying my school choir, my 5th grade school choir, when I was 12 years old. And that was a really eye-opening experience, being on a more of a, I guess, director type level. I had to pay attention to what he was saying, but what also was going on here, and I had to memorize music. And it really pushed me. Then started playing guitar when I was about 15 or 16, got into Dokken, Queensryche. Here we go into influences. And the rest, as they say, is history. I started recording stuff back in 1998, and the rest, as they say, is history. But in terms of influences, way back when, Elvis Presley, my first album was Elvis Sings to Kids or Children and Adults too, and Grown-Ups too, and Queen, Styx, Kansas, Journey, Elton John, a little bit of Billy Joel. Depends on the album for me with Billy Joel. John Denver, Karen Carpenter, huge influence with Karen Carpenter. And then I got introduced to rock music, and that was it. That was everything changed. I got into a style called progressive metal, which is Queensryche. If you imagine Rush, they're kind of progressive rock, a little bit heavier than that. Fates Warning is my hugest, biggest, hands down. Those are my guys. I was their webmaster for a few years. That was cool. Vocally, Ray Alder is my biggest influence. He's an amazing male vocalist. Huge, big fan of Russell Allen from Symphony X. Jeff Tate from Queensryche. Some of the operatic stuff he does is just amazing. I'm not really into female vocalists. I don't listen to a whole lot of them. They have to have a very unique characteristic about them for me to enjoy them. I don't listen to the radio. I listen to talk radio. So I have an eclectic taste, and you can kind of hear it in some of the songs I write. They're 7 minutes long, and they go all over the place. So that's it in a nutshell for the music side of things. I performed with a band called Persephone's Dream, released an album with them called Pyre of Dreams. One of the songs off of that album, here's a little tidbit for you. It's called Alien Embassy, and most of the songs on there were inspired and heavily influenced by literature. And Isaac Asimov had a story or something, and then the guitar player was an astrophysicist, so this guy's brilliant, couldn't get a job to save his life, political. And he beamed out that song into deep space before the Beatles. So I beat the Beatles to deep space. True story. I'm floating around somewhere out there. And I made a goal this year, which I have not ever done before. I never put it on paper and have it staring me at the face to get an album out this year. So with the new rig and the recordings, oh my gosh. Blew my mind when I heard how those were feeding back or coming back. This year, for sure. I'm going to set the deadline for my birthday, which is October 13th. That'll kind of be my birthday present to myself, is getting it released on the 13th of October. So, yes, we do that. That's not. Anybody who wants to know, this is actually to keep off the evil eye. Ronnie James Dio, his grandmother used to do that to him to ward off evil spirits. So is my sister-in-law's. Libras rule. We're awesome. Okay. Any other pertinent questions? I will say that I almost fell asleep during the State of the Union address. The state of our union is a state of disillusionment, delusion, illusion. It's all a big joke.
Lisa wants to know if you finished the song.
The song itself is finished. That might be a surprise as we get later on. If I can get the audio playback to go through, I might do that one live for you. But I'm getting the final tracks done for the person who I'm collaborating with it on, and it will be coming out on his next release, which is also coming out this year. So that one is awesome. Hope in the Midst of Despair is the name of it, and it's all about how they inspired not only me, but you guys. A ton of people were so deeply inspired by how the Japanese people handled such a tragedy and such a huge natural disaster. We can stand to learn a lot from the fact that they had entire groups of people that were helping each other instead of trying to get that last bottle of water. You know, there's honor there, and we can all stand to learn from that for sure. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get some good sound going through the headphones, and then I'll be able to do a couple songs for you. So pop out some, other than Hold On to Love, that one I don't know if I'm going to be able to do or not. Yeah, one more. It depends on what is going on, in all honesty. Today, a lot of political inspiration in terms of how pissed off I am at how badly they're doing their jobs and how wrong some of what's happening is. Some of it's not political in lyrical content, but inspired politically. I've met some really great people through my interactions with iCaucus and doing various, I don't call myself a tea partier per se, but I've met some really great people, BigDawg, Lisa, Candy, Reese, everybody that I've met through BigDawg has inspired me and really, really given me something to think about in terms of being a good person. You know, that's a good influence. I've also met some of the darkest, nastiest people I've ever seen in my life in being involved in politics. It was a huge, eye-opening experience for me. I don't know how many people in the chat know, back in 2009, I started a recall campaign against Arnold Schwarzenegger out here in California. Asshat. Ugh. And had we actually gone through and gotten that done, you know, he wouldn't have been able to commute that sentence that he did for that murdering son of a, you know what. That, don't get me started. But that foray introduced me to Tom McClintock, and I saw some great things from his speaking in a public capacity, and I saw some things that really, as a woman, just pissed me off. You know, I don't want to go into a political speech foray and have women that are like, okay, they're barely wearing any bras, and they're almost wearing pants, you know, shorts, almost giving people free drinks when somebody's talking about what they're doing for their constituency. There's a big type of problem there, in my opinion, and I felt like I needed to take a long bath after that. And other, you know, daily stuff. Sometimes I'll walk outside and see how beautiful it is here, and that'll inspire me to write something about the weather or the seasons, or how the seasons kind of tie into a bunch of different stuff. It really depends. I wrote a song about my dogs. I mean, can go all over the place. I want to know out of you guys, other than "Hold On to Love," I know that that's a very special song and everybody loves it, but what other songs have you heard that are on the playlist that really made you go, wow? That's important to me, is to know how they connect with you guys, because it helps to know we're not alone, you know. And "You're My Friend," I wrote that for my friend Sherelle when I was moving to San Diego. Lisa, thank you for explaining that story, and for Reese as well. I moved a lot when we lived in Colorado, and never really was able to commit to a friendship, and then found this wonderful girl, loved her, and had to move, and I wrote that song for her as a goodbye present. She didn't hear it, actually. I played it for her once live at church, and the next time she heard it was a few months ago, when we hooked up through Facebook. Which show, though? Well, "Hold On to Love" is this one. Because I think I came into the show after it got played. It was that one. That's "Hold On to Love." That was written for another friend. My friends inspire me, so that's cool. I'll see if I can get the backing tracks going and play them back live on that. Then I'll do that one. But I am all over the place with the tempo on that song. It's really hard to play without hearing it. Yeah. First one I'm going to do, I think. If I don't do it on this show, I didn't get a chance to practice it with the audio live, in all honesty, because of the audio problems I had today. So if I don't do it on this show, I'll do it on the next one. Promise. Pinky swear. This is where I don't have a set plan, so let me get the headphones. Hang on a second. And hang on. It might be a little bit better. Can you turn the volume up on the computer in general, just the master wave volume, and turn the speakers down? That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Oh, in my mind's eye. That was inspired by a really bad dream. A really bad dream. It was scary. I was walking down this hallway, and every door that I opened was this scene on a different time in my life, and not the fun ones. Let's put it that way. It's like everything that I didn't want to experience again was getting shoved in my face, and I kept trying to get out. It was kind of like Poltergeist, you know, where that hallway just keeps getting longer and longer and longer, and no matter what I could do, I was freaking out trying to get out. Wouldn't work. And get to the last door, and I opened it up, and it was a mirror. And here I am looking at myself, but it's not my own eyes that I'm looking into. I'm seeing somebody else looking back at me that I didn't recognize. It scared the hell out of me. It was bad. It was really bad. I had a notepad next to my bed, and I woke up and wrote that down. Okay. What would you like to hear first, Todd? He's my co-pilot. He's my navigator. He's like, you choose. I'm not warmed up, and I'm nervous, so please bear with me. I'm going to probably do... Hang on. I'm going to do Only I. Longest song took me the longest to do. That's my favorite. He's got his... It's supposed to be cell phones now up in the air. Leave the lights on tonight, 'cause there's a monster under my bed. Leave the door ajar tonight, 'cause there's a monster in my head. Only I can see them. It's hard to not be afraid when only I can see them. Hold me in your arms tonight, 'cause there's a feeling that I can't shake. Keep me safe and stay the night, 'cause it's so cold when I lie awake alone. Only I can feel it. It's hard to not be afraid when only I can feel it. Am I quietly letting some quiescent demons inside? And can the past really haunt me this way? Subtle memories that keep coming back to my mind. And faded scenes replay here, my own private silver screen. But I've seen this movie way too many times. Only I can hear the lines, captured moments seen here, both sublime and bittersweet. I've memorized the pleasures, I can't forget the pains. But only I can write this story, only I can live this life. Sing along at home. Only I, only I. It's one of those things where the thing's like creeping around here and throwing me off. One more time, I'm going to start it from the Only Eyes, and I want you guys to sing along with me. So this is... 1, 2, 3, 4. Only See, only on a live stream with BigDawg can you get people screwing up and having to start over and having fun with it. This next song was featured at the Niagara Brain Injury Conference in Canada. They found it online, and they originally wanted to use the lyrics. Didn't know that it actually had a song to go with it. So when they found that out, they went ahead and featured the lyrics in their opening statements and played the song for people, and that was touching. It's called Winds of Change. Like the leaves in Okay, I'm going to try something. Give me just a second. I'm going to run over here real quick. Actually, do me a favor, Todd. Launch sonar. While we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and play a piano. Excuse me. Play a little bit of piano for you. Everybody likes and has heard Rain. Not everybody's heard this next one. This is more of an intense piece. It's called The Capture of Pegasus. Think of, for those of you who have seen it, think of Clash of the Titans, the original Clash of the Titans. And in the scene where Pegasus is being captured, this is what that song makes me think of. After sonar launches, Todd, if it will launch, there should be a track in there, Shades of Grey, and we'll go ahead and play the strings back. I really want to be able to have the strings coming back on that. He's getting there. He started singing a tune. His Cole musical was the question. He started singing tunes when he was really young, and right now he's playing clarinet. He's doing really good with that. I'm impressed. He's We didn't push music on him because it's a big part of our lives. It's a big part of mine and Todd's, and we don't want to push it off on him. But he loves his music. He definitely loves it. He has an opinion about it. He's got a 12-year-old opinion the size of a 30-year-old's mindset, which is awesome. And he hates Justin Bieber, just to say. Sorry, Justin. I know you're only an 18-year-old that's been used up by the media and spit out to your own devices, but... Error messages and stuff. I need to ask how much time is left. It depends on the songs I'll do or song I'll do. Depends on how much time is left right now. What's on the clock? 10 minutes? I think I could do... Lisa, would you like to hear Shades of Grey? It won't have strings or anything like that. It'll just be... Well, do we want like intense or kind of happy? That really depends. We could do In the Blink of an Eye. This is about 9/11. And I'll play through Hold On to Love until the end of the broadcast. So if I get booted, I'm going to apologize in advance. Keep playing? All right. No guarantees on this one. I always play this one with backing tracks. Excuses, excuses, I know. It's not easy to do this one. It really isn't. It's It's tempo specific, and it's really not normal for me to hear it without the harmonies. Gosh, I wish I had just the music. You know what? If you guys want to hold on a second, let me check and see if I can get it going, and then we'll take it from there. Time out, break. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. I spoke in Spanish.